Bhumika Vasiani. Welcome you all to learn English with Saraswati Group of Education. We have already completed chapter 2 in the previous session. We are done with all the textual exercises also. Today we are going to start a very new and exciting chapter. Okay, the name of the chapter is Bravo Amir Agha. Okay, where kites build friendships. Now, two words which excite us the most, that is kites and friendships. Both are very dear to us. We have always celebrated a festival which is related to kites. Which festival is that? Uttarayan. Yes. In India, we celebrate Uttarayan as the festival of kites, where we fly kites with our friends, family members, all the relatives, not many people, right? And we have most fun. Here also, in this story, you are going to find something similar. I will not unfold the whole story here, but I want to just give you the gist of the story, that this story is related where two friends are there, kite flying is there, and I am sure you are going to have so much fun. But as per our all the procedural times, this time also we are going to go through the new words first before we actually start the chapter, so that you can understand the chapter very nicely. Okay, so please pay attention and learn all the new words properly. Okay, focus.
Let us go through the new words of chapter 3, Bravo Amir Agha. Okay, let us see which are the new words which we are going to come across in the chapter, as this is a very interesting chapter about two friends. Okay, let us go through the new words. Triumphantly. Okay, the meaning of triumphantly means in a way that shows great excitement about a victory. You can relate it with the picture. See, that person is very happy. Okay, if you want to use the word triumphantly in a sentence, you can use it like, Sam danced triumphantly on winning the contest. That means on winning the competition, Sam was very happy and he was dancing with great excitement. Okay, let us go to the next word. The next word is gash. Gash. Gash means a deep open cut. Now, as you can see in the picture, okay, if you want to use the word in a sentence, you can use it like, I had a gash while flying kite. And this happens to everybody of us, right? If we are not wearing the proper gloves or not, if we have not binded the tape over our finger, then it happens while Uttarayan, while kite flying, right? Let us go to the next word. The next word is dwindled. Dwindled. Dwindled means grew less in size. Now, as you can relate with the picture, this is the picture of a candle. So, when we lit the candle starts decreasing in size, right? So, that is dwindle. Okay? If you want to use the word dwindled in a sentence, you can use it like, the candle started to dwindle as soon as it was lit. Okay, that means as soon as it was lit, it started decreasing in its size. Let us go to the next word and see which is the next word. The next word is trademark. Trademark. Trademark means special. Now you can see in the picture there are trademark of different companies. Okay, there is some symbols which is a special symbol for that company. That is a trademark. Okay, if you want to use the word trademark in a sentence, you can use it like, if you want to start any company, then you should get your trademark registered. Okay, that means your special symbol should be registered so that nobody can copy the symbol. So that is a trademark, that is your speciality, your special symbol. Okay, let us see the next word. The next word is hordes. Hordes. Hordes means crowds or large number. Now here in the picture you can see crowds of people. That means hordes. If you want to use the word hordes in a sentence, you can use it like, the hordes of people approached the airport to leave the city. Okay, it might happen due to some fear also, that somebody is feared of that I don't want to be in the city, there is something wrong with the city and I want to move to another city. So that is hordes, when some crowds get together. Okay, let us go to the next word. The next word is havoc. Havoc. Havoc means great destruction or damage, as you can see in the picture. Okay, all the electric poles have fallen down, some of the trees have fallen down, they are uprooted, some of the houses have fallen down, the walls has collapsed. So all this is known as havoc. If you want to use the word havoc in a sentence, you can use it like, the havoc in many cities destroyed their beauty. That means there were storms, strong winds blowing or some heavy rain happening, and a havoc was there. Due to that, some beautiful cities have now lost their beauty. Okay, let us see the next word. The next word is intoxicating. Intoxicating. Intoxicating means making one feel excited so that one cannot think clearly. Okay, that is intoxicating, when we are unable to think clearly because we are so much excited. Okay, if you want to use the word intoxicating in a sentence, you can use it like, the victory in the match was so intoxicating that I forgot my injury. That means I was so excited as we won the match. Due to that, I forgot my pain of the injury. Okay, let us see the next word. The next word is taut. Taut. Taut means very tight. Very tight. If you want to use the word taut in an example, then you can use it like, the string of the kite is taut on my finger. That means when I am pulling the string, it is very tight. It has become very tight on my finger. Okay, let us go to the next word. The next word is mantu. Mantu. Mantu is a type of dumpling. Okay, that is a traditional dish which is being cooked in Afghanistan. Okay. Now, if you want to use it in a sentence, you can use it like, the dish named mantu of Afghan is very famous and tasty. Okay, these are the dumplings which are prepared. You can see the dish in the picture. Okay, let us go to the next word. The next word is salvation. Salvation. Salvation means the state of being saved from a sin. Okay, sin means something wrong. Our wrong deeds are known as a sin. So here salvation means that when we are saved from doing something wrong, that is known as salvation. Now if you want to use the word in a sentence, you can use it like prayer is a way of salvation. Okay, that means prayer helps us to be free from the sins, from the wrong deeds. Let us go to the next word. The next word is redemption. Redemption. Redemption means the state of being free from one's sins. Okay, as I say that if we have committed something wrong thing, then that is the state when we are free from that guilt that I have done something wrong. Okay, that is the state of being free from one's sins, from one's wrong deeds. If you want to use the word redemption in a sentence, you can use it like, my friend forgave me for my mistake. I felt redemption after that. That means if I have done something wrong with my friend, then my friend has already forgiven me for that wrong deed. And now I am feeling relieved for that. Okay, let us see the next word. The next word is endured. Endured. Endured means bore patiently. Okay, bore patiently. That means being patient and keep on suffering something. If you want to use the word endured in a sentence, you can use it like, Karan endured pain till the time they reached to the hospital. That means Karan might have fallen down somewhere, or Karan might have got some injury. So Karan endured the pain. He suffered from the pain till the time they reached to the hospital. That is known as endured. Okay, let us go to the next word. The next word is looped. Looped. Looped means moved in the shape of a loop. Okay, now you can see here there are different types of loop. I have shown here in the picture a circular loop, okay, which keeps on rotating, as you can see in the picture. If you want to use the word looped in a sentence, you can use it like, this game was very interesting, where we had to hold each other's hands and had to form a human loop, so that we had to hold each other's hands. There were some of the participants who had to hold each other's hands and they had to form a human loop. Now that loop can be circular also, that loop can be square also, that loop can be rectangular also. Okay, loop means something which is moving constantly in particular shape. Okay, that is loop. Let us see the next word. The next word is maneuver. Maneuver. Okay, that means to move or turn skillfully. If you want to use the word maneuver in a sentence, then you can use it like, this colorful kite maneuvered in the sky beautifully. Okay, let us go to the next word. The next word is gladiators. Gladiators. Now the meaning of gladiators, here it is given in ancient Rome. That means in Roman times, in Roman country, in the previous times, olden times, gladiators means the men who were trained to fight in a performance. Okay? The men who were trained to fight, not in a war, but for performance, for showing their skills, fighting skills. They were known as gladiators. if you want to use the word gladiators in a sentence, you can use it like the gladiators were very strong people. That means they were very skillful as well as strong. They used to practice their skills for so many hours. So they had become strong. They had to be strong to show their skill. Okay. Let us go to the next word. The next word is panting. Take care, it is not painting, it is panting. Panting means breathing quickly with short breaths. Okay. Now you can see in the picture, if somebody has ran so much, that person would pant. Okay. If you want to use the word panting in a sentence, you can use it like Krishna was panting as he ran a race. That means Krishna was breathing quickly with short breaths as he ran a race. Okay?
Along with this video lecture, you are going to get a worksheet. And as you know, in the worksheet, you will find one question in which you have to do match A with B. In part A, all the new words which we have learned in this session will be written. And in part B, all the meanings will be written. But as for all the types, there will be a twist. Okay, because the meanings given here are jumbled. So, you will have to find the correct word and the correct meaning and match them. Right? Okay. Now, till the time you don't understand, you can watch this video lecture again. It is not necessary that we will understand all the words in just one time. Okay? So, please watch this video lecture again till the time you understand all the words and the meanings. Got it? There are two ways in which you are going to do the worksheet. Okay? First one, you can take the printout of the worksheet and write the answers in the worksheet itself, or you can write the worksheet in your rough book. Okay? Copy the worksheet in your rough book. If you are going to copy in your rough book, copy neatly. And one more thing which I am going to add here is, using this video lecture, from the PPT, you are supposed to write all the new words with their correct meanings. Copy them in your English classwork book one time. Okay? Copy all the vocabulary words along with their correct meanings using the PPT in your classwork book one time. Give the title and copy the vocabulary words. Okay? If you don't get any word, if you are unable to understand any word, you can ask me during the live lecture. I will sort out your doubt. Okay? See you in the next lecture.